Thank you very much indeed, Chair. It's a privilege to be here in this chamber today, and it's a privilege to be asked to make my first contribution to the Council on a matter which is so important, so absolutely central to the future of our county. Devolution is absolutely the right thing to do, bringing decision-making away from central government and down to the level where it is closest to the people who have to live with its consequences is absolutely the right thing to do. And if this proposal were real devolution, I would be first in the queue to be jumping up and down in celebration of it. However, what we have been given is a process conducted with a sense of strangely phony urgency, in which leaders have been pushed into signing up to a deal, followed by a debate and negotiation with relevant local stakeholders, not the public, but relevant local stakeholders, to an arbitrary June deadline. A strange Alice in Wonderland world in which we have verdict first and sentence afterwards. We don't know what the deal is yet, we've been told by Councillor Bowden quite correctly, and yet we have a deadline in June to get all of that signed, sealed and delivered. That is simply not good enough. Devolution starts from the bottom, it starts from the people. It should start with a debate by the public and in public about what decisions we want to take hold of and take control of, and what geographical area is best placed to actually do that decision-making well. And instead of having that discussion and debate, we have a grotesque situation of the leader of the LGA leaning on other group leaders of the LGA to lean on members in this chamber, leaders of groups in this chamber, to withdraw even this debate to a later date, closer to that arbitrary June deadline. That is quite extraordinary. At the heart of this whole process is an obsession with elected mayors, the cult of the powerful individual. It's the very antithesis of democracy and of accountability. And as is this process, both in terms of the content and in terms of the way the whole process has been managed. And the arrogance of suggesting that you can have a launch in Ipswich tomorrow, or a proposal that we don't even know in terms of any detail what the contents are going to be. And it's not just in Cambridge and Norfolk, Suffolk, Peterborough, where Cambridge City and the local enterprise partnership have already said that they're not happy with what's on the table. It's not just there, it's elsewhere that these deals are beginning to come unglued. Gateshead this morning has rejected the deal for the North East, including Gateshead and Newcastle on Tyne. Everywhere where these deals are being proposed, there's extreme disquiet about the haste, this phony urgency, and the way in which the deal appears to be being strong-armed through without proper debate before things get written down in ink rather than in pencil. To me, the important thing in all of this is what takes place after this meeting. And if this motion as amended is passed, as it sounds as if it will be, I think we need to have a proper process going forward from now, in which it is clear, it is made clear by this chamber and by Mr. George Osborne that this will not do, and that we need something which much more reflects our needs, takes our concerns, listens to us, and is actually respectful of the people we're being told that this is all about. That's what I want to see, and I want to see a very robust discussion after this meeting, going back to central government, so that they can come back with something that is very, very much more acceptable